Welcome. This video series has been developed for survivors of sexual violence and the people who are supporting them. When someone experiences sexual violence, it is never their fault. No matter what the victim was wearing, what they said, and what actions they took, no one deserves to experience sexual violence and harassment. Survivors deserve compassion, support, and time to heal. We hope this video series helps to guide you through both community-based and legal options available to you. We are glad you have found us. What is sexual violence? How do I know if what I experienced is violence? Sexual violence can take many different forms. A person may experience childhood sexual abuse, sexual assault or harassment one time, or many times, by the same person or by different people, by a stranger or someone you know well. Sexual violence and harassment can happen to anyone, but some people are at higher risk because of their gender, culture, race, health, ability, economic status, and age. This kind of harm can happen anywhere: at home, at work, at the gym, on the street, on the field, in school, and online. If you have experienced sexual assault or harassment or other forms of violence, there are people and resources to support you. There are many ways our brain tries to protect us during times of harm, such as the flight, fight, freeze, and fawn responses. Imagine coming across a wild animal in nature. Animals sometimes run away, sometimes attack, but often freeze to try and blend into their surroundings. This is a natural and common reaction to a threat. Survivors of sexual violence can experience a similar phenomenon during times of harm. Sometimes people will ask a survivor, "Why didn't you fight back? Why didn't you just run?" The answer is that most often, that's not how the brain works during traumatic events. There is no right way to respond to experiencing violence. There is only your way. Service providers are often asked, "Is what I experienced sexual assault?" That's a really hard question to answer, as we don't want to label your experience for you, but we can certainly provide you with a clearer understanding of how we define sexual violence and consent. Consent is the clear permission someone gives to another person. You can change your consent at any time. You can choose to give it, and you can choose to withdraw it. When someone experiences sexual violence and harassment, they did not give or withdrew sexual consent. Their rights were ignored. This harm is not about sex. It is about having power or control over another person. Even when you are in the middle of a consensual experience, a person cannot assume you want the act to continue. They must receive your consent. Whether it's an act of sexual harassment on the street or an act of marital rape, they have an important factor in common. Someone is intentionally harming by not seeking or receiving consent. In about a quarter of sexual assaults reported at the hospital, alcohol or drugs, including prescription or over-the-counter medications, are involved. It is never a survivor's fault, including if you are intoxicated. We sometimes find that when alcohol or drugs have been used during a sexual assault, a survivor may call their experience a misunderstanding or miscommunication of consent instead of a sexual assault. You have the right to define your experience your way, but in the case of an alcohol or drug-facilitated sexual assault, or if you're unsure, we recommend that you go to your local hospital emergency department. Ask to see the Sexual Assault and Domestic Violence Nurse Examiner, or to be transferred to your nearest program if it's unavailable locally. Some survivors may have memory loss or blackout and may require medical treatment. Your medical health and well-being is important.